What is up, everybody? It's Reverse TV here today, and we're gonna talk about the Starfield Steam review controversy once again. And apparently, Sony fanboys are using this as ammunition. They're using Steam reviews as ammunition when it's the most dumbest reach humanly possible. So, he is comparing Forspoken, which is the PlayStation exclusive that came out earlier this year. The game didn't do too well on PlayStation. PlayStation supporters didn't buy the game, and so it flopped on PlayStation. So much so that the studio closed down, which is kind of crazy. Or they got absolved into making other Square Enix properties, but not a Forspoken sequel in the future. But this game has a mostly positive score, a mostly positive recent reviews on Steam. Has a overall is mixed on Steam, and they're comparing it to Starfield, which has mostly negative as a recent, and an overall mixed review score. Even though there's a ton more reviews for Starfield. And I was like, really? You're really saying this? I gotcha. This proves that Forspoken was better than Starfield. But it's like, really? You're grasping at the tiniest of straws at this point, because Starfield has a major hate campaign against it right now. Whether it be people are butthurt this game is not on PlayStation, whether it be people are upset this game has pronouns in it. We had the whole viral video where the dude was complaining about pronouns. Or people complaining that it got load screens or whatever. There's a lot of reasons why people hate this game for whatever reason. To the point that people are now playing the game for over 800, almost 900 hours, saying they don't recommend Starfield. And I was like, how is that even possible? That you play a game for over 800, almost 900 hours, and you say you don't recommend it? And apparently that's 7.6 hours per day since the game released. So you're playing a game for 8 hours a day. That's a whole work shift. And you're just saying the game is trash. That is just bizarre to me. Like, when I was looking at the Steam reviews, the recent reviews, people were playing like 100 hours, 200 hours, 50 hours, 30 hours, and they're saying the game is trash, really. It don't take that long to realize a game is not for you or not. It doesn't take that long. But apparently these people need 800 hours to be convinced that the game is horrible and tell you not to play it. Like, really? I think that's just some clown activity right there. You ain't gonna put 800 hours to a game and say you don't like it. Like, oh, then play something else then. Why are you playing this for 800 hours? It doesn't make any sense. So there's been a whole bunch of bandwagon haters for Starfield. And Sony, I guess Sony guys think they're gonna take the moment to try to step on Starfield while it's down. Well, this is a terrible thing to reach for Forspoken. You're literally comparing it to a game that got a studio shut down, to a game that's studio's happy and prospering over how the game is doing right now. So, once again, this is a big L. Sony guys, you're taking this as a brag. It's just dumb. Like, this is just a horrible brag, right? Horrible flex. This is the worst flex you could possibly do. Well, let's see what people got to say about this. The truth is that the first is a fun game haunted by unfortunate voice scripts, and the second is a fun game haunted by unfortunate trolls. Okay. Sony fanboys trying to get a W with a game that murdered its studios. LOL. Yeah, that is just bizarre. One killed a studio, the other made money and is good despite the hate train y'all be pulling. But what's still getting played and talked about every day? Yeah, that is kind of true. Like, Starfield's literally getting talked about like every day or every other day at this point. People can't stop talking about it. But, you know, Forspoken, nobody's talking about that game unless you're comparing it to Starfield. Nobody's talking about Forspoken, or Flopspoken, as this guy states right here. Yep, more people are interested in Starfield than Forspoken. You can just tell by the reviews. Like, look at people review Starfield versus Forspoken. That's a big difference in people who are interested in Starfield over Forspoken. But he thinks this is a win right here. It's just weird. Then again, getting logic from Sony fanboys is a hard task to do to begin with. So a studio shutting down is a good thing now. The truth reveals itself twice. Yeah, this is literally one of the highest selling games on Steam. This game is overall a success. No matter how people want to hate the game, it's a major success for Bethesda. So, well, Forspoken isn't. Forspoken is a flop that's going to be remembered because it shut the studio down. And it's a whole meme where the character says, She shut the studio down in her mind. That's a whole meme because of how bad that game was. So, but I thought you guys don't get your opinions based on Metacritic. Oh wait, I remember why you don't. Yeah. Yeah, when you look at the score for Forspoken, it's actually not that great. Like, it's a mixed review score, and the user score is generally unfavorable. So people don't like Forspoken as much as he claiming to claiming to. I don't know. He want to use like these general consensus for how people like games, and it's like even on Metacritic, people don't like Forspoken like that. So if you want to use that metric, that's still not that. It still doesn't go in your favor. So it's like they're literally grasping at straws at this point. And then they both were the same price. Like Starfield was 70 and Forspoken was 70. Like that's clearly one is a lot better value than the other one. Dude, when you got people giving a negative reviews after playing it for 400 and 900 hours, dismiss me on the review numbers. Yeah, that's kind of the major point too. I'm not taking these reviews kind of seriously at this point because ain't no way you can play a game for 900 hours and give it a negative review. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like that's just dumb right there. You're clearly trying to be against Bethesda. You got a grudge against Bethesda, but you can't stop playing their games. It's just weird, like obsessiveness over Bethesda at this point. Wow, Forspoken sold like hot garbage on PC and apparently PlayStation as well, because that's why we're not getting a sequel, because people just didn't buy the game. Even though Sony fanboys still want to champion it, it just didn't support it. So blame the Sony audience on why they didn't support this game that you said was so amazing. Although these Starfield is gonna support it, like people are still buying that game, playing it on Game Pass, so it's gonna support it while Forspoken isn't. 3 questions. Which game studio still exists? Which is celebrating its biggest game launch in history with 13 million players and is one of the top selling games 2023 despite being day one on Game Pass? Yeah, that is still a great feat. The game is doing extremely well while being on a subscription service. That's really good. That's really good right there. And which game has a strong future ahead of it? Yeah. We definitely most likely gonna get a Starfield 2. I can't say the same for Forspoken though. You really thought you did something with this tweet, facepalm. Somebody just laughing at him. Yeah, once again, Sony fanboys take a major L. You thinking this is a W is a big, just like, who cares? Forspoken is forgotten. It got forgotten like after like a month after it came out. People stopped talking about it. But Starfield has been around for 3 to 4 months. People can't stop talking about it on a daily basis. It's gonna get somebody triggered. They can't stop obsessing over Starfield. So it's a big difference there. So just saying, like that is just embarrassing right there. And once again, this whole like 800 hours being played is just ridiculous. You play a game for 800 hours, you love that game. I don't care what you say. You love that game. Play it for 800 hours. Yeah, people just clown on that logic that you play a game for 900 hours. You say it's not great. That's just ridiculous. But I'm gonna conclude it right here. Definitely want to get your thoughts down below. Leave a like for this video. And as always, thanks for watching and peace.